Welcome back, wrestling WWE fans, to a night that's shattered our souls under the arena lights. Imagine the roar of the crowd fading into a deafening silence as Braun Strowman, the once unbreakable Colossus, turns his fury not on a rival, but on a legend who trusted him like family, John Cena, battered and broken on this fateful September 13, 2025. We weren't just watching a match, we were witnessing the unraveling of bonds forged in sweat and sacrifice, a betrayal that cuts deeper than any suplex. Please like, share and subscribe for more WWE content. Alright, we're halfway through, and things are about to take a serious turn. If you thought you knew where this was going, think again, this is where the real drama unfolds. Stay tuned, because the best is yet to come. Backstage whispers had been building for months, rumors of Strowman's mounting frustration, his body breaking down from years of hauling that monstrous frame through hellish tours, a health crisis no one dared speak aloud. Cena, ever the pillar, had pulled him aside after a grueling house show, eyes locked in that brotherly gaze, promising to watch his back against the rising tide of younger beasts like Roman Reigns. But grief has a way of twisting loyalty. Strowman's world had crumbled privately, the death of a close trainer who shaped his raw power leaving him adrift, raging against the machine that demanded more. Family breakdowns echoed in his silence, divorce papers signed in the dead of night, kids he barely saw anymore, fueling a fire that WWE's spotlight could never quench. And then there was Roman, the tribal chief, whose own scandals had rocked the locker room, whispers of favoritism, backstage power plays that alienated even the most steadfast allies. Cena had confronted Reigns weeks prior, voice steady but eyes weary, defending Strowman from what he saw as manipulative alliances, unaware it sowed seeds of doubt in the monster's heart. On that electric evening in the arena, the air thick with anticipation, Strowman's entrance music hit like thunder, but his eyes, those wild, haunted eyes, locked not on the ring, but on Cena warming up in the corner. The crowd sensed it first, a hush falling as Strowman stormed the apron, his massive hands trembling not from adrenaline, but from the weight of unspoken pain. Reigns watched from the shadows, his nod subtle, a silent pact born from their shared history of survival in WWE's cutthroat world, where loyalty is currency and betrayal the tax. Cena turned, confusion etching his face, that trademark smile faltering as Strowman's boot connected with his midsection, a powerslam that echoed like a final goodbye. We felt it in our chests, the gasp of a family torn apart, Cena's wife in the front row clutching her heart, knowing this wasn't scripted glory, but a real fracture in the brotherhood. Strowman didn't stop, grief poured out in every stomp, his roars masking sobs for the mentor lost, for the family slipping away, for a body screaming in protest against the grind. Reigns joined then, not as a heel turn, but as a man reclaiming his throne, his spear to Cena's ribs a declaration of scandals buried no more, exposing the cracks in WWE's facade of unity. Backstage monitors flickered with chaos, medics rushing in, Cena's labored breaths broadcast live, a health crisis unfolding before our eyes, his history of injuries flashing like ghosts. Trainers whispered of tears in the locker room, young talents frozen, realizing the human cost behind the spectacle, the emotional toll of a life in the ring. Strowman's rampage continued, destroying barriers both literal and figurative, his alliance with Reigns a desperate grasp at stability amid his unraveling world. Cena lay there, resilient as ever, but vulnerability cracked his armor, thoughts of his own family, the legacy he built brick by brick, now threatened by this monstrous betrayal. The arena lights dimmed as officials pulled them apart, but the damage lingered, a scandal brewing in headlines. Was this WWE's breaking point, or just another layer of their gritty reality? We saw Reigns pull Strowman away, a hand on his shoulder not of triumph, but quiet understanding, two warriors scarred by the same battles, their bond forged in fire. Cena was stretchered out, the crowd chanting his name in grief-stricken unity, a reminder that behind the monster and the chief, there's a man fighting for his place in a world that devours its own. Hours later, leaked audio from the trainer's room captured Strowman's breakdown, voice cracking as he confessed the weight of his losses, the betrayal not just of Cena, but of his own fading dreams. In the quiet aftermath, as fans poured out into the night, we carried the weight of it all, the raw emotion of lives intertwined, broken, and perhaps, one day, mended. This night on September 13, 2025, wasn't about dominance, it was a stark exposé of the hearts beating beneath the tights, where betrayal meets grief in the unforgiving arena of life. And as we reflect on love's fragility, loss's shadow, loyalty's price, and the legacies we leave in the ring and beyond, remember, in WWE and in our own stories, it's the human spirit that endures, unbreakable even in destruction.